Hello, Michael here from Cultsploitation with another review. Today we are looking at the Severin's Blu-ray release of The Theater Bazaar, a 2011 anthology film with some noteworthy names involved. I reviewed this movie back years ago and I did not enjoy it. However, I thought going in again years later, maybe my taste has changed. Well, no. Unlike the dead hooker I keep in my closet, my taste is still the same. What does that have to do with the dead hooker? Nothing. I just like sharing. The Theater Bazaar stars Udo Kier as a storyteller presenting 6 stories to a young woman sitting alone in an abandoned theater. Why is she there on this lonely night listening to 6 strange and bizarre stories? Heck if I know, as the movie doesn't bother to tell you. The stories vary in style, with some attempting Lovecraftian horror like The Mother of Toads, others manipulating the storytelling to convey a specific narrative, and others just plain being terrible. Tom Savini has a crack at directing with the tale titled Wet Dreams, and although the plot, which sees a cheating husband getting his just desserts, is interesting, the execution is faulty with stilted acting and not enough gore from someone who is known for gore. Other tales try to explain the meaning of life but spend too much time talking. The Accident, a story that is anything but bizarre, making it seem like the odd person out, is one such tale. Or overly long artistic shots, like in Vision Stains. Do we need to see a woman walking down the street in slow motion while opera music blasts through your speakers? I'm going to go with no. If it's grossness you want, the last story, titled Sweets, is likely going to turn your stomach, especially if you have a phobia of watching people eat. Of course, ooiness doesn't save a bland story that plays like an art house stage play found performing in a back alley somewhere. And that's the main problem with The Theater Bazaar. It feels like an art house stage play. Poor acting and poor production. The stories, save possibly 1 or 2, just don't stick with you after they are finished. Given all the talent behind the camera, you would think that The Theater Bazaar would stick out and be memorable. Instead, it sits together with many other failed attempts. The heart was there, but the soul was missing. Having said all that, let's now take a look at the Blu-ray. The Theater Bazaar has seen a Blu-ray release before from Image Entertainment in 2013 for North American audiences, and a couple of overseas releases from MIG Film Group and Wildside Video. But you can throw all of those in the trash, as Severin Films is here to give you the best. Okay, maybe don't actually throw them away, as we are collectors after all and love to hoard releases. I'm going to be talking about the standard single-disc release from Severin Films, not the limited edition 2-disc set previously released. The only difference between the two is the limited edition packaging and the CD soundtrack. All of the footage you're seeing in this video has been recorded from the Blu-ray release, but there will be suppression concerns, so you have to keep that in mind. Having said that, the image quality, for the most part, is perfectly acceptable for a film shot on digital cameras with digitally added in noise in some shorts to make them appear like they've been shot on film. The directors of each tale had free rein to do their own thing, so some of the shorts appear grainy or overblown and contrasty, but for the most part, those are all purposely made choices. It certainly isn't reference material, but it's definitely good enough. Audio is presented in both 5.1 and 2.0, and I watched the film in 5.1 and was actually quite pleased with the use of rear channels, with numerous sound effects and musical cues coming through loud and clear. The dialogue is also clean, and you never have a problem hearing it. Okay, well, that's not entirely true, as damn, that dialogue can be cringeworthy at times, and there is definitely some problems when you're hearing it. But the Blu-ray sounds fine. Last, and certainly not least, is the whopping amount of special features included. You have 2 commentaries. One of them is a newly recorded one, and the other one is an older one that was featured on past releases. You have a feature-length making of. It runs like an hour and 43 minutes. Most of those interviews are shot in 2011, but Severin Films has shot some new ones for it. You have some making-ofs for the shorts. Not all of them, but for most of them. You have some trailers and an extended cut of Mother of Toads in 480p resolution. Most of the stuff was on other releases, but Severin Films shot a few new interviews of the making of, like I mentioned, and a new interview with composer Simon Boswell, who did the music for The Mother of Toads and Vision Stains. As you can see, the Blu-ray is full of features for anyone that wants to know everything there is about the Theatre Bazaar. Personally, I could do without, as I wasn't a fan, of course, but I very much appreciate Severin Films going balls deep with the features. And that's my review of the Theatre Bazaar from Severin Films. You can't see my air quotes over the word review, but I'm doing it. The movie might not be for me, but for fans, Severin Films has you covered, and you won't regret picking it up. And that's it for today. I want to thank you for tuning into the video. I hope you like the new format where you don't have to see my ugly mug anymore. And remember to like, subscribe, and all that annoying stuff. And if you want to keep aware of new content being posted. Also, remember to head on over to Cultsploitation.com for full galleries for numerous Blu-ray releases. And for you people that love to read, we have amazingly written reviews as well. Thanks, and have a great day.